Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about how to hold a violin. And this is a really important setup for your overall foundation on how to play from the time you're a beginner to the time you're advanced or professional. And the reason it's so important is because the way it's set up basically affects how everything else is aligned on your with your posture from this time forward. And so to start out with, I feel like over my course of learning and playing through my whole life, I developed some tendonitis issues, and it all came down to how I was holding my bow and how I was holding my instrument. And I think it was because I was tight everywhere. I just had tension here and in my shoulders and in my elbows and in my wrists. But it was also because I was twisting myself into unnatural positions. And so I actually ended up studying with a fantastic teacher and in college who helped completely fix all of my issues. And I've never had any issues since. So it's a combination of Alan DeVerich from Indiana University, his theory on relaxation while you play your instrument. This was a viola, but today I'm going to show you how to hold a violin, which they're similar. I'm going to do a different video on how to hold a viola, but for today I'm going to show you how to hold a violin, and I have found this approach has worked really well for my students and for myself because I play both instruments. And so to be able to take what I've learned just from Mr. DeVerich, but also my own experience with tendonitis and things like that has kind of helped me develop my theory on how you should hold an instrument. So for the most part, we want, like I said, you want to be positioned in a natural way. So if you're standing and not slouching, you're just standing talking to somebody, your spine, so along your back, all the way up through your head, to the top of your head, and your shoulders across in the back should be making a T. And you want to have these lines not bend and contort at all, if at all, like just as little as possible. So when we play, we put the violin up, and I do this with my beginner 5-year-old students all the way up to my beginner adult students, is we, first of all, this is very important to have the correct shoulder rest. These are created so that they are ergonomically correct to kind of reinforce my theory on the T. If you play without one, there are ways to do that, but I'm going to be addressing holding your violin with the proper shoulder rest. And this shoulder rest is this is a Kuhn, but I also recommend Everest. Those are the two that are correct. The other ones are cheap knockoffs that will not position your neck, your head, your jaw, your shoulders in a way that will actually, keep them from becoming eventually entangled, and you're going to have tension and issues. So first of all, you're going to have this put on, and these just literally slide on. So the side of the chin rest here is the side that you want the short side. See how it curves? You want this short side to go on the same side as the shoulder rest. And so I just put one side on, and then I slide the other on, and then I just kind of adjust it so it goes mostly kind of straight across the back. Mine's got some wear and tear in it, so you have these little these little divots in mine. But for the most part, that's how it's going to look. This way. And when we put it up, hold on right here, and I want this to go on top of your shoulder. Do you see how this is curved exactly to be on top of my shoulder? I haven't put my head or my chin on the chin rest yet. I'm still standing for the most part. I'm a T, and I just literally place it on like this, and it's touching my neck, it's touching my jaw. And all I do is I gotta move my hair. I rest my head on it, and I let go. You do not want to do this. You don't want to do this. You don't want to twist your head too much. And when you're starting, your head will twist a little bit. You are going to want to look at your instrument. But over time, you want to eventually be able to look straight forward. And if I do need to look to the side, it's just a glance of my eyes. And so if I were to just remove the violin, my T curves just a tiny bit up here where my head is leaning, just a little bit to the side. Now, another important thing is that your head holds the instrument, okay? Your hand does not hold the instrument. Your hand is there to make the notes. You've got to be able to shift. You've got to be able to do vibrato eventually. If you were to drop your hand at any given point, you should be able to hold on, and you should be able to keep your back and your shoulders and your head in this T. And as I start my beginning students, we just practice, literally practice putting it on correctly. See how long they can hold it. And we pull it off. And again, you want it resting on the top of your shoulder. So if you were to go this way, that's what it would look like. So that's the basics on how to hold a violin. Viola is very similar. Viola is bigger, heavier, wider, and thicker. So I will have some slightly separate tips on how to do that. But that's the basic idea on how to hold a violin. Please subscribe to my channel for more small, short, mini lessons. This is the first couple of lessons of my beginner series. And I look forward to doing some more. Thanks.